Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to jump forward and look at a huge shift in tech from the perspective of, say, the year 2026. We're going to see how this whole philosophy of simplicity is creating software that's way smarter and way safer. Apps that feel more like a partner than just a tool. Let's dive in. So let's start with a question that kind of challenges everything we're taught to think about tech. We're always told that more features, more complexity, more everything, that's what makes tech better. But what if that's a trap? We're about to explore an idea that completely flipped web development on its head. The most powerful, secure, and intelligent apps are actually the simplest ones. Okay, so to really get this, we have to look back for a second. The early 2020s. That was the era of what we now call bloated frameworks. I mean, building even a basic app meant you were pulling in these massive libraries and dependencies. And the result? You got these slow, clunky apps with just glaring security holes, all from mountains of code you didn't even write. And here's the difference, right there in black and white. On one side, you have the old way, heavy, vulnerable, and totally dependent on this fragile chain of other people's code. And on the other side, the new philosophy. It's lightweight, it's secure, and it's completely independent. This isn't just a small technical choice. It's a completely different way of thinking about how to build things. So what's the big alternative? It's vanilla JavaScript. And listen, this is not about being old school or nostalgic. In 2026, choosing to build with plain standard JavaScript is a really powerful strategic move. It's all about taking back control, putting security first, and getting unbelievable performance just by using the power that's already built right into the web. So what does this philosophy actually look like in practice? Well, first off, with no extra code from third parties, the attack surface, the places hackers can target, is tiny. Second, a no-build architecture just means your code runs instantly in the browser. No complicated steps. It just works. Being lightweight means it's crazy fast on any device, old or new. And finally, with the official 2026 JavaScript standard, the language itself has just become more powerful than ever. And honestly, this is the real core of the whole revolution. Modern browsers have become absolute powerhouses. All these complex things that used to require huge, clunky libraries, like managing an app's data or making graphics look super smooth, are now just built in. It completely frees up developers to create these amazing, sophisticated apps without all that extra baggage. Okay, so we get why this philosophy works. It's fast, it's secure, it's simple. But how do you use it to build something that's actually intelligent? Let's get into how we can go from just a basic expense tracker to a smart financial advisor that is genuinely on your side. The secret sauce here is a concept called agentic BI. Now, forget what you think about massive cloud-based AI. Think of this as a tiny personal AI that lives only on your device. It's like having a financial coach who knows you inside and out, learning from your patterns to give you truly personal advice that no generic app could ever dream of. So how does this little mini AI actually work? Well, imagine the app is looking at your spending. It's not just counting dollars and cents, it's analyzing your spending ratios, essentials versus wants. Then it spots a pattern. Hey, your streaming subscriptions are up 20% this quarter, but your savings rate is totally flat. That's the trigger. The app then gives you a smart, predictive suggestion, like pointing out which subscription you use the least. But it is not just about crunching the numbers. The app's real intelligence is woven right into its design. It uses these principles from behavioral science to gently nudge you toward better decisions, often without you even realizing it. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so let's say you're about to log a big purchase, a brand new watch maybe. It's definitely a want, not a need, so you enter the amount and you categorize it as luxury. And here it is. Here's the brilliant nudge. Instantly, the app just subtly dims your savings goal progress bar. See, there's no annoying pop-up, no scolding message. It's just simple, immediate visual feedback. This taps into a really powerful psychological idea called loss aversion. The fact that we feel the pain of a loss way more than the pleasure of a gain. It makes the future impact of that purchase feel real right now. Now, all this personal data analysis brings up a huge question. What about privacy? And this is where that simple, lean philosophy becomes a total superpower. The entire system is built on a foundation of privacy by design, which by 2026 is the absolute gold standard for data ethics. And this right here, this is a massive deal. Because of how this app is built, not a single byte of financial data ever leaves the user's device. Just think about that. In a world full of data breaches and constant tracking, that promise is a complete game changer. So you might be wondering, how is that even possible? Well, it's all in the architecture. Your data is stored securely in your browser's own private storage space. There's no central server, so there's no cloud database waiting to be hacked. There's nobody tracking, analyzing, or selling your data. Period. What that means is your device literally becomes your own private encrypted vault, and you are the only one with the key. It's just a fundamental sign of respect for the user, making security and privacy a core feature, not some afterthought.
And all of this really points to a bigger idea about the people who build this stuff. I mean, creating an app that's this elegant, this psychologically smart, and this ethically sound, it takes a new kind of developer, someone whose skills go way beyond just writing code.
The developer of the future is a true multidisciplinary thinker. They're a coder, for sure, but they also have to be a security expert, building a fortress for your data. They have to be a designer, creating interfaces that are both beautiful and influential. And they even need to be a bit of a psychologist to understand how technology can genuinely help people make better choices. So here's the bottom line. When you combine this philosophy of simplicity with on-device intelligence and a rock-solid commitment to privacy, you get something more. You haven't just built another expense tracker, you've actually built a partner in someone's financial wellness, a partner that's fast, private, and always on their side. And that leaves us with one last pretty important question. As technology gets more and more woven into our lives, what should we demand from it? This approach points to a future where our apps aren't just these passive tools we use, but active partners that actually help us grow. The real question is, are we ready for that kind of relationship?